Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video, and Arsenal just beat Wolves 2-1, and boy, that was an ugly win. That was a ugly, ugly win, but it was a win. A win is a win. You know what? A wise man once told me, sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good, because you know what? Not every single game are you going to be good. There's going to be days where you're off it. There's going to be days where you're not up to speed. There's going to be days where you need a little bit of fortune to go your way. And today we pushed, and you know what? We got a little bit fortunate. We got 2 own goals to help us win the game, and it was not the best of performances. But we got the result. We got the 3 points. We're still 5 points clear. And we got Jesus, who came back to save the day. We got a lot to talk about. Before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. Let's get this show started. And my boy Deo is in the building. Deo, how you feeling, bro? We just saved Jesus saved the day. We saved ourselves from dropping some crucial points. And boy, that was an
points,
ugly
man.
win.
Again, there will be a couple more games like this season out of 38. We should expect it. I mean, I didn't expect it against the Wolves team, but it will happen, and that's the thing about it. It's like it'll be unrealistic for anybody to expect Arsenal to perform at a 120% over 100 all season. It's there are going to be games that we're going to struggle in. Today, I don't think we necessarily played badly. I think Wolves set up and were very disciplined in the way they set up because they came and played that low block. I don't think we necessarily played bad. I think we just necessarily could not cut through them and we could not make the goals. And again, this is where you need some sort of luck. They scored all 3 goals and they didn't win the game. Yeah. This is a team that has not been able to score since. Finally scored 3 goals and have not been able to. We're not able to win
there for a second. Shout out to everyone who's joining us right now from Never a Foul. Big up to all you guys. Do me a favor. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about Arsenal's win versus Wolves. What topics you want to discuss. Personally, for me, I need to know what you guys think about Gyökeres, what you guys thought about the performance. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, we're just kind of running through our thoughts. And as you guys can see in the title, still 5 points clear. Ugly win. And yeah, Gyökeres gets the result. I mean, Jesus gets the win for us. But yeah, Deo, continue. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was saying, like, so for me, at the end of the day, these type of games is where we need our luck. This is what, game week 16, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, and we can categorically say that in the first at least 14 or 13 games of the season, we created our own chances and our own luck somehow. So in games like this, again, against the Wolves at home, I expected more, but December is always a tough period for any team, not just Arsenal, any team. And yeah, we can just ride out this December so that people can rest a little bit and see what we bring in as in people come back from injuries, and then January we start again and we take it from there. But 5 points, Claire, that's good for now. I think City play tomorrow. And sometimes when you play a certain team and they give you this low block and you play all you can, I think the gods of football just look down and be like, hey, you deserve this today. Here you go. Because these guys don't want to play ball. There was one time that they had a counter attack, right, in the second half, where it was only Larson, the Wolves guy, that took off running into our half. And when he looked back, there was no Wolves player coming. They stayed in their own half. And he was like, and then he was just like, forget this. And then he also dropped back. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, we will. There'll be games that will struggle. I don't expect that we're going to be trashing. Remember the stream we had before the game when we did this, when we streamed together, and you're like, oh, we should go on and trash them and Gyökeres. And I said, all I genuinely care about is a clean sheet and 3 points.
Hey, we didn't get the clean sheet, but we got the 3 points. So I guess that's all that matters. Quickly, before we go any further, shout out to everyone in the comment section. I see you guys. We deserve luck, says here. Jesus never scored. The defender did. What do you call it? Please play like that going forward. Just let's hear it. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. Disgraceful. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna get into everything, but before we go any further, Bro, everyone's blaming Arteta and the Arsenal people for playing Ben White for 3 games in a row. He gets a
Yeah,
hamstring injury.
really. Are we
I'm not
gonna
gonna
do
lie to
this?
you. It is quite poor for us to play him 3 games in a row, almost 90 minutes, then play him a
It's
fourth
not though.
game off the back of
It's
coming back
not
from an
though.
injury.
It's not though. I mean, at the end of the day, what are we?
Go ahead, go
Again,
ahead.
you have to look at the squad and ask yourself, because again, if
Couldn't
we
you
play,
have played Miles Lewis Kelly? Couldn't we have prevented this?
couldn't we have played Miles Lewis Kelly and prevented this, and then played Timber on the right? Like, what do you prevent this? Like, nobody calculates, right, that you're going to have to run at 23, 26 kilometers in the game at some part of the game. You can't train
Okay.
for that kind
What
of
about
injury.
this? What about this?
You can't train for
Brentford,
that kind of
90
injury.
minutes. Aston Villa, 90 minutes. Club Brugge, 83 minutes.
But
Ha-
Zubamendi has played some of the largest minutes for Arsenal this season. Declan Rice has played again.
No,
It
but
is,
he's just coming back from
I know,
injury.
but he's been
I'm
back.
being devil advocate here.
I know,
I
but he's been
personally
back
don't
for weeks.
believe
Yeah, he's been back
that.
for weeks, right? He's been back for weeks. He just did not come back 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. In fact, Benjamin White had come back from injury about a month and a half ago, and we had not started playing him. He was available, but we had him on the bench a couple of games. And so that's how you kind of ease them into it. The run back, chasing the counter attack, he must have reached his maximum speed peak, and that's what caused it. You don't train for those type of injuries. It's like you can't blame that injury on the manager and say it's because you played him. No, it was that particular incident. It was that particular incident, So again,
Dan Potts in the chat saying Jesus did not save us, Egal. Wolves scored 3 goals. We won the game. It was a disgraceful
Dan
performance.
Potts, if Jesus did not save us, he took the shot. He took the shot that got a deflection, regardless of what. I mean, if Jesus did not take, I mean, sorry, the header. If he did not do the header, what are we saying here? Or if Saka did not cross the ball and it hit the thing and hit the goalkeeper and go back in, what if he had crossed it to the front post and he had gone and he had cleared it out? Again, sometimes you deserve luck in some games, disgraceful or not. The point is we need 3 points in every game. This Arsenal team has showed me over 16 games that they are more consistent in able to win and defending than they are at what we saw today. Today, for me, is an anomaly. Out of, I can count the few games that we've dropped points in and look at those and say, well, we
But
will
we
drop
did get
points.
lucky. I do agree that it was a poor performance. We have to agree there.
No, like I said, it's a poor performance as regards to the standard of what we expect Arsenal to be able to do. But then you have to look at your opponent as well. When they set up in such a low block and nobody wants to come out, and they decide we're just going to park the bus and try and hit you on the counter, which is what they were looking for, right? And eventually, when they did open up after we scored the goal, they scored. And when they opened up again, we were able to get a chance. And that chance, whether or not it's a deflection, hey, I will take it.
Hey, I'll say this. I am more concerned, Dan, about the defending. The defending was more worrying to me. The defending in the lead up to Aston Villa's goal was more worrying to me. The own goals, you know what? I think we kind of deserved at least a goal or two from those Martinelli chances. He should have scored at least one of them. Martinelli should have scored at least one of them. I think if Saka's good delivery, but we got very lucky. And then Jesus's header, it was it not on target at all. That's why it was given as an own goal. Or I'm just slightly confused.
Something I'll say about Saka's
Was
corner.
was it completely off target? It hit the defender and it bounced
I need
in?
to watch it again. I had it.
Because I haven't like rewatched it
I have
since
to
we
rewatch the
scored.
game
We
today.
kind of scored and I just went nuts. And
Yeah.
like since then I haven't rewatched
But
it.
Miguel, let me say this about Saka's corners and Declan Rice's corners. Yes, they're always on point. They're always in that zone. Sometimes the front post, sometimes the back post, so we can hit it right across the post again. But you will get your luck 1 out of 50 times where today was the day we needed it, where that kind of ball happens because you're pinging it into the right place consistently. Consistency will yield you those one-off results that would happen, and you'd be like, oh wow, I didn't. It's like somebody who, like a Formula One driver. the speed at which they take corners. They have a standard way that they know that they take corners, but there's certain speeds that you can't take that corner, and there's certain days that they will get that luck, they will take that speed and they'll take the corner. So, I can't knock the consistency of the boys.
Hey,
I can say
let
it's
me be
poor.
honest. Going into the game, I thought we were gonna win this game, smash them. I
I,
thought we were gonna have a 6-0 win. I'll be the first to say I was 100% wrong. I expected too much from these guys going into this game, especially off the back of winning the game in the midweek in the Champions League so convincingly. Our performances in the league
Yeah,
compared to the Champions League are
but that's what I
night
keep
and
saying to
day.
you, Igal. I said this last stream that we had, and I think most times I say it, maybe you think I'm just trying to go against what you're saying. The league and the Champions League are two different things. The league is your 9 to 5 job. The league is where you go to work every day 9 to 5. You see those contract jobs that you do on the side outside. You can go do a contract job, get paid. That's the Champions League. Go deliver in that one move. But the league, these managers are studying every single thing that you do. And then when you play in the Champions League, you're not playing teams from England again. You're playing teams from other countries and other leagues, and they play a different way, which allows the way we play to shine. But in the league, they already have watched us consistently, and this is why they will place, low blocks, mid blocks, low blocks. And we just have to find a way to be able to break it down. That's the most important thing. At the end of the day, I think that the guys played well enough today, but we're not clinical enough when they had the chances. If we had put in those goals, the Martinelli chance, if Gyökeres was in the right place at the second time, Bukayo Saka's cross, the one that went across the 6 yard that nobody was able to tap in. If we had put those in, I think it would have done a world of good for the confidence of fans. But I don't think the players themselves are low on confidence. I think it's just one of those games where we needed luck. And you can't write this story, right? Gabriel Jesus comes back, plays his first Premier League game in 11 months,
Big
and
up.
has a hand in a winning goal in the last minute against the lowest team
Can we
in the
talk about
league.
this? This was disgraceful. If there's anything that I'm going to be negative about, it's our approach in the final minutes in the lead up to Wolves' goal. This right here is the perfect comment. You parked the bus against Wolves. Find some shame. I forget about the last words. The fact that we went into a defensive shape, I am a little bit concerned that we couldn't hold on to possession, Dale.
Yeah, but
Why didn't we say
you
to
can't hold
ourselves,
on to possession for let me pull up the stats. We had more ball,
no,
but
no, no.
you can't hold on to
we
possession
we
for.
conceded possession to Wolves and said, forget about trying to win the ball back. We did not press them. We did not try to get out of our shape. We just said we're gonna let them. We invited pressure onto ourselves in a game where you're at home and you're leading 1-0.
Yeah,
You don't need to
I
go
think
on the back foot against Wolves.
most
You
people
don't
look.
need to go on the back foot against Wolves. You're
It's not
inviting
about going on the
pressure.
back. You see, you can't say going on the back foot. You think they
Bro, we
chose to go on the
did.
back foot? No. You think they chose to go on the back foot, Igal?
They did.
Igal,
It
that
was by
spell. Listen,
design.
that spell that Wolves had was all of 3.5, 4 minutes. That spell, and that's standard in football for teams to have that. Wolves had that spell and scored from it. We did not score when we had our spells with them, is what I'm saying. We needed to be more clinical. The fact that they scored is what makes it look bad. The fact that they scored. The truth is, they will get their chance with the ball. We literally had ball possession for what? Let me look at this right here. So I just don't want to misquote anything. Like first half, second half, we had almost 70% ball possession. Like literally. So what makes it bad is that they scored when they had possession. That's all that makes it bad, and that's the genuine truth. If they didn't score that chance, if Raya had saved that ball, would have said, "Oh, Raya made a save," and then what? We would have recovered possession, and then would have. But again, this is what football is. At the end of the day, the most important thing is get out of there with 3 points, learn your lesson, know where you, because teams will have their chance. Like we're talking as though we expect these guys to dominate the ball for 90 minutes. Like the other team is not even on the pitch. That's not possible. If the other team has the ball for 3 minutes and they score in that 3 minutes, it makes it look bad. But if they have the ball for 3 minutes and we get it back, and again, you know how we are. Our press is not, when we're in our own half, we don't press. We try to get the ball and work it out. We don't press when we're in our own half, especially when we're close to our box. So I again, these are some of the games where we need luck.
I'm not blaming injuries. I'm simply saying, if I'm gonna okay, if I'm gonna say what led to the poor performance today, what was the main reason why we're poor? If I'm gonna look at the team and I'm gonna say individuals that I thought were poor today, let's go through the team. Let's go through the team. Let's go through the team because everyone's gonna talk about the team and say where were we poor? I don't think David Raya was a problem. Hincapie, was he a problem in the lead up to the goal? A lot of people are pointing him out. I think you could give him 50-50 credit for us conceding that goal.
You have to realize that Wolves took out a defender, brought in another attacking player again to give themselves an extra body just before they were able to score that goal. And it was actually the guy they brought in that's got the assist for that goal. You have to
Fair
look at
play
the
to
game.
them.
Yeah. So again, they brought in more attacking.
All right, let me just talk about these guys. I thought Zubimendi was good for the portion that he was on. I thought Eze didn't really get too many touches. If I look back, he got 34 touches, not enough actions, not enough creative moments, didn't create anything. I'm not saying he was terrible. I'm just saying he wasn't as involved in the final third. Gyökeres, non-existent, really had one shot, didn't really get too many touches. He had 15 touches the whole game. I thought Saka was amazing. To be fair, we ran everything we could through him. Martinelli was ineffective, and you could tell the difference between Martinelli and Trossard is night and day. Look at Trossard. He came onto the pitch. He created 3 chances right away. Look at Gabriel Jesus. He came onto the pitch, had a shot. He had in the time that he was on the pitch. In the time that he was on the pitch, he had 8 touches. Barely was on the pitch. He almost had as many touches as Gyökeres had the whole game. Mikel Moreno came on. I thought he was misplacing passes, but even he was at least trying to get balls into the final third and trying to make things happen. I thought Martin Odegaard was one of our main sources of creativity, and then Mazdu Skelly. I didn't really see him do much, but somehow he created 2 chances himself. Also, they all created more than Eze in this game. If you look at Eze's chance creation, didn't really create much. I can't even find it. Where is it? Chance creation 0. So Mazu Skelly, Odegaard, Trossard, Mikel Moreno, Jesus all came on and created more than Eze did, and he was on the pitch.
Because again, this is why I look at football differently. I think maybe because of how I try to so that I can balance my head and not lose my mind. Some players, no matter how talented they are, not everybody can be Messi or Ronaldo, right?
No, but our chance creation was poor. Don't you agree?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying some players may not be suited for certain games. Again, Trossard comes in and Trossard looks better on the left, right? And yeah. So some players may not be suited for certain games. At the end of the day, the most important thing in a game like this for me is I know that this is not the level that we play at. That's the first thing, because we played 16 games now, and then at least in 13 of them, or let me just say in 12 of them, we've played way better games. In other ones where we've dropped points, even where we dropped points against Sunderland, we played well, but we dropped the point. Against Chelsea, we didn't take our chances, but we walked out of there with something. In the games where we played almost evenly with other teams and we lost, which is we've had 2 losses now, Villa, the Villa game and the Liverpool game. Liverpool game, we were undone by a crazy free kick that, I still respect till today. That was an amazing free kick. So for me, like, the consistency of what I see is that we are still a very, very good team. Today's game is in isolation. I think they could have done better. Yeah, but
bro, this game should have been a 6-0 win.
It shouldn't have. It should be a 3-point win. I'm done with this game should be 5-0. Should be, like I told you yesterday in the last stream, I said I just wanted 3 points and I wanted a clean sheet, even if it was 1-0. I don't care what team I'm playing. Idea.
Let's talk about Gyökeres then.
Gyökeres, yeah.
Do we have a problem, bro?
Well, I think we have a problem because we're not playing to his strength. But when we played to his strength today, remember when Trossard gave him that ball, he held the defender up, turned around, got his shot off. If he gets more of that, he'll score more goals.
Was that Trossard or was that Odegaard?
No, Trossard. Trossard gave him one pass. There was a pass.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, and again, that was the one. Yeah, so again, why did that happen? That was when Wolves had decided to open up an attacker. So he had the chance to run in. But when they play a low block team, Gyökeres will not work in the low block team. Gyökeres is a player that needs space to run into. The kind of players striker that will work when we play low block teams like that is the Gabriel Jesus's and the Kai Havertz, the guys who drop back into midfield a little bit so that those central defenders follow them. They get to play 1-2 balls and then they try and open up and find space. Yeah.
Okay, Gyökeres is a player who needs service, through balls, passes from his teammates, and to potentially score goals.
Yes.
Where Havertz and Jesus are players who can play without the ball.
Yes, and can also come and
Now, are we
work
better
on the
suited?
midfield.
Are we better suited to try to make it work with Gyökeres? Or are we better suited to just try to win the league with Jesus and Havertz when they get back?
All of them have a role to play. There's certain teams you will play that Gyökeres will be the guy that. Again, look at this. Let me say this to you. In the
Shouldn't
first half,
Wolves be the kind of game where
no, because Wolves play a low block. That's not the kind of game where Gyökeres will thrive. It's never going to happen. When Gyökeres went out, guess what happened to us? Wolves were able to start pinning us back. They were able to attack. When we had Gyökeres on the pitch, he kept them, occupied. He didn't do anything amazing, but because he was always up there, their defenders were occupied. What's that guy's name? Agabu or whatever his name is, could not go anywhere. It was when Gyökeres got off, Agabu gave one through pass that almost cut through us from their center, from their half into our half. And the striker turned around and he got a weak shot off that our goalie was able to save. Again, that did not happen when Gyökeres was on the pitch. So I'm not saying Gyökeres performed well. He was bad. He was bad all around. Like if you look at it, but I'm saying there's certain games that he's suited to. You can't just say, we're better off winning with Kai Havertz or Gabriel Jesus. There's certain games that Gabriel Jesus will not, like the way the team is set up, he will not be the guy that can do it. And in some games, you just need the Gyökeres to hold defenders away, to create space for people like, Saka, people like Martinelli to actually take their chances.
I think looking back at that game, all the players are probably disappointed with how they played.
Yeah, they should.
And everyone is disappointed that we conceded the goal that we did. We're grateful that we won the game. We move forward. We kick on. That's all that matters. Now we need to talk about the title race. And we're going to get on to individual performances and player ratings right now also. But before we go on to the player ratings, this puts pressure on City. They have to win now. They can't drop points. And we look shaky. We look shaky. We're giving them confidence based on how we're performing. Our performances is breathing confidence into City. But we put pressure on them because we won our game at the end of the day. We didn't play well. We won the game still. How much pressure does this put on City to go perform and win their game versus Palace?
I think they know that they have to win their games if they want to. And their hope is that we also slip up. That's why I said for me in this type of game where we should have won like convincingly and we didn't, but we just found a way to win regardless of what it was. I'll take the 3 points. We just need to go back and do homework. The pressure thing for City, I don't know. I'm not a City fan. I don't know how it feels for them. I just know that we put ourselves in a position where it's better for us now with 5 points. It's on them to go and see what they need to do. If they want to go get their points, let them get it. If they want to drop points, let them drop it. It's on them.
Do you think Arsenal can handle the pressure? Because I'm seeing us playing nowhere near the level of football we were playing a couple months ago. Like November, we didn't concede a shot.
October, November, yeah. My thing is, I said this earlier. I don't think that it's sustainable for any team to play the way we played in October and November. That was playing high level football consistently, not conceding shots, scoring 12 goals, going up again. Like you can't maintain that level. You're going to have periods where you will drop. It's insane that we expect them to be doing that October, November, December, January, February, March. Like that is insanity. Like literally, that's not going to happen, So yeah, I expect the downtimes. That's the truth.
Talks football. If I say Gyökeres has been a flop so far as a Juventus fan, would that be an insult for you? He's been underwhelming. I wouldn't say he's been a flop. I think flop would be Isaac, for example. Flop would be one goal. Like the man has stepped up in games. He has stepped up. He's had good performances versus Burnley. He's had good performances versus who was it? Atletico Madrid. Had man of the match performance versus Atletico Madrid. Had good performance versus Nottingham Forest. There's been games where he's been good. I'm not sitting here saying he's been a flop. He's just been underwhelming compared to what we expected so far. But yeah, Jesus
It's,
said,
it's,
"What do
it's
you
like
mean?
when people say, "Oh, but give Florian Wirtz time. He needs time to embed, or give this player time. He needs time to embed. Give that player
Why?
time."
Why is everyone so triggered by the
Listen,
fact that I
listen.
put Jesus saved us?
When it's Gyökeres, they're like, "Oh, he's a flop." He's played August, September, October, and November. He's played 4 months in the Premier League, and let's just call him a flop. You know, I guess. I mean, it is what it is. That's based on your definition of what a flop is.
All right, let's do player ratings now. Player ratings. What we saying? Raya.
Raya, I'll give him a 6.5. He didn't have much to do until the goal. I think he made a couple of okay saves. That one chance that the what's his name Huang had, where he cut through us with the counter attack. So I'll give him a 6.5.
I'll give him 6. I'll give him a 6. Ben White played 31 minutes. I'm not gonna judge him. Just give him a break.
Yeah,
Timber, Mazu, Skelly, Saliba, and Hincapie. I'll be real. I'm gonna give them all 7s. I don't think anyone.
Miles, Timber, Saliba. Yeah, I guess. I
I'll
guess
give
so.
them all 7s. I don't think anyone really had a bad game out of them. Some people are criticizing Hincapie, but I'm not really gonna pick him out.
Again,
I think the midfield is very different though. Declan Rice gets a 7. For me, Eze gets a 6 or no 5.
I'll give
And
Eze a
then
5. I'll give Eze a 5 for this
I'm
game.
also gonna give Zubimendi a 6. I'm gonna give Martinelli a 5. I'm gonna give
Martinelli gets a 5 for me. I think
I'm gonna
Zubimendi
give
is
Gyökeres a
okay.
5. I'm gonna give Declan Rice a 7. I'm gonna give Saka the man of the match. He gets an 8.
Yeah.
Um, Odegaard gets a 6.5. Trossard gets a 7 for me. Mikel Moreno
I think
gets
Mikel Marino gets his. I say he gets a 6 for me.
6.5.
A 6. I think. Yeah. And then again,
And then Jesus is second man of the match. He gets an 8.
no, Gabriel Jesus. I still.
He came on, as much as people want to say it's an own goal, Gabriel Jesus' movement, if it wasn't for him, we don't get that goal.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, the amount of time. Well, I guess if we look at how many minutes he played and the impact he had, then yes, maybe we can give him that kind of score. If you're just doing the vis-a-vis that, but if it, yeah, I guess that's how we're gonna. I mean, eight is fair.
Yeah, but yeah, people are like, yo, why are you saying he saved the day? He did. I know you don't want to hear it. But own goal or no own goal, we don't get any winner without Jesus coming onto the pitch and making a difference. Jesus made us look more fluid when he walked onto that pitch.
Mm-hmm. So
And unfortunately,
that point,
he
at
did
that point,
more in 10 minutes than Gyökeres did the whole 90.
so at that point, do you give kudos to the manager for reading the game and saying, you know what, I think I need to put Jesus in?
I think Arteta is the reason why we're in that problem in the first place. We went too defensive.
How?
When they started,
Like,
they
how did we
only
go
started
defensive?
getting onto the ball and doing what they did because of us.
No. From the very beginning of the game, the stats are here. I beg to differ, though. From the very beginning of the game, we were onto them. They were the ones who were playing defensively. They dropped into a low block from the beginning of the
When
game.
we conceded the goal, did we concede the goal of a drop off in our back line and our defensiveness? Yes.
No. I'm saying again, but we defended in spells like that throughout the entire game where they actually had possession of the ball, but they couldn't do anything with it. Remember when they had the counter attack in the first half when Juan ran through and we had defenders running with him and he took a shot off and Raya saved it? We had that chance. They had that chance. They weren't clinical then. My point is in the period that they had the ball, it was a few minutes, but they were clinical.
It was a poor performance.
It
And
was. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the goal.
We cost ourselves the goal because we dropped our back line. We played defensive. We did not press them. We were not forward thinking. We were not holding on to possession as well. We were constantly kicking the ball away and trying to just get it away. They felt nervous. They felt it.
I'm looking at this stuff
And
again.
when we conceded the goal, I thought we drew. I thought the game was done. Thank God they went and scored. But yeah, we got lucky today.
I'm looking. Yeah, we did get lucky. There are games, like I said, this is not even about not criticizing the team. I'm criticizing the team, but I don't agree with your take that it's because we were defensive. They had possession for 3 minutes and attacked us. You asked us to press them. We have been pressing for literally 10 minutes before that. You can't keep pressing for 15, 20 straight minutes as players.
Okay.
You're going to tire
Let me
out.
change the words. We let them gain momentum.
Yeah, they will gain momentum.
From the 85th minute until the 90 whatever minute when they scored,
let me explain to you. If you right play with the ball for
we let them
10,
gain momentum for 5
hold on,
minutes.
like if you play with the ball for 10 minutes and you're attacking these guys, they're defending, you're recycling the ball, you're going back to your goalkeeper, you're coming back, you're going. By the time they get the ball, you need to recoup. You can't press anymore. You need to chill. So otherwise, you're going to burn out. So at that point where you are recouping and they have the ball, they pressed us. We had to hold our defensive shape. But guess what? They were clinical enough in that time to score their goal. So kudos to them for being clinical. But my point is, you can't say we needed to press them again after you've had the ball for 10 minutes attacking them. Once they get the ball, you need to chill as players. Otherwise, you burn out. You will gas out. And honestly, if they hit us on the counter after you gassed out that way, we're done. We're done.
Luckily, the game was won. We won the game. 3 points in the bag. We play Everton next. Everton, unfortunately, today they got multiple injuries. So we're going to be facing Everton without Jack Grealish, without Njai, without Drewsbury Hall. And I'm not going to lie, we're kind of fortunate. We're kind of fortunate.
Yeah, we are. I mean, even if they come with their full team, my thing is just game by game, get 3 points. I'm not interested anymore in the don't ride your luck, create your luck. That's all I expect from this team now. Create your own luck, get your 3 points. And the minute you create your luck, even if things are looking bad for you, because you put in the hard work, it will pay off. I'm not interested. I'm interested in clean sheets. That's all I read, because if we have a clean sheet, guess what? It means that they didn't score against us. All that is left now is whatever the score line is on that side.
Have to see.
Whether it's 1-0, it's 2-0, I don't care.
Hey, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to wrap it up here, boys and girls. You have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna send you over to True City Fan TV's channel. Do me a favor, guys. Patrick's channel, they're live right now. There's a bunch of people on there. Go on there, let them know Arsenal's gonna win the league. Go shove it in their faces.
Go piss
I'll
them
catch
off.
you guys in the next one. Love for the love, people. You already know what it is. Eagle Talks Football. We're out of here.